Grand Shining, everybody. It's your lovely woman of life, Mrs.Shantay, bringing you the Spiritually Yours Sunday podcast and vlog. Now, this is a lot different from what we're used to, what I normally do. This is an intuitive spiritual message. I don't even know how to label it all the way, but I'm basically going to share a story because I have a message to share. And this message is for the healers of the world, okay? Now, feel free to laugh. Some of y'all gonna say what y'all gonna say, and that's fine. I rebuke you, I reject, I do not receive your negativity. Let me say that first and foremost, okay? So, Wednesday night, I was asleep. And I went to sleep early this night because I was just tired, whatever the case may be. I don't really remember the logistics of what happened before I went to sleep. But I went to sleep. And let me paint a picture for you before I go into the story. So in my bedroom, I have this mirror that hangs above my bed, like over my headboard. And there's enough room for this mirror to slide behind my bed. So it doesn't have to it's good, it's safe, but it doesn't have to fall on my bed. It shouldn't fall on my bed. And I didn't want it to fall on my bed because I have a wrought iron bed and I knew it could break the glass versus it just sliding behind the bed. All right. So this mirror has been above my bed for months now. I want to say since the beginning of this year. Maybe last year sometime. I don't know, I can't remember. But I know it's been quite some time. So I want to say at least between 4 and 6 months. The mirror has never failed. It has never slid. It has never come down. It has been perfectly fine. And I know people are like, well, you're not supposed to have mirrors in your room anyways. You're supposed to keep your mirrors covered. All right, cool. Some of y'all can operate like that. Some of y'all want to operate like that. Me, personally, I don't operate like that. I believe that you can have mirrors in your house and not have to cover them. I know you can have mirrors in your house and not have to cover them. Some tips for having mirrors in your home and not covering them. You can put the mirrors where they face each other because it is a portal, so they can go from one mirror to the next mirror, which is the reason why they say you're not supposed to have mirrors in your house or mirrors in your room, because spirits jump from portal to portal, realm to realm, people to people, place to place, thing to thing, right? But if you have a mirror in your room or in your home where it is not covered and it can just come in, then they're roaming. That's free roaming. If you have mirrors where they face each other, then they can go from one portal to the next. Like that. So, another thing I want to share with you about mirrors and portals is if you put pictures of your loved ones on your mirror, or they have pictures of you on their mirror, dead or alive, you are channeling them to come through. Okay? So if you ever wonder why you're in somebody else's home, they may have a picture of you on their mirror. If you ever wonder why you always see your ancestors, if you have them hanging on a mirror, or them in front of a mirror, any person you have dead or alive in front of a mirror or on a mirror is going to come to you. You're giving them access. You're telling them to come. Another thing you could do with your mirrors to not have to cover them or turn them around, because who really finna be hanging up cloths over a mirror every day, and who really finna be trying to take a mirror and turn it around? And truth be told, dressers come with mirrors these days, and we all need to know what we look like before we go out the door. And you need a mirror in your house for when people come in your door, your front door, they can see themselves and it reflects back to them. So who are you coming into my house is the goal. But the other thing that you can do to keep the mirrors in your home, in your bedroom, is put lights around them, because quote unquote spirits do not travel where there is light. It is hard for them to travel where there is light. So those are tips. Okay. But the purpose of this blog and this podcast is to share the most recent story, which is what I started out doing. So Wednesday night going into Thursday morning, I was asleep and I was awakened by the mirror that hung over my bed being literally hit me in the face. And like I said, the mirror could slide down. However, the mirror went forward. It was like picked up off the wall and slammed on my face. Nothing in my room has changed. Not the windows, not the fan, the ceiling fans, the floor fan, the mirror wasn't changed, and it was actually lights hanging on the mirror. So it was like it had to get around the lights. It had to get over my headboard. It had to go through something to get to me when it could have just simply slid behind the bed. So my immediate response and my immediate reaction, because I wake up to this mirror on my face, and it was hard. It hurt. Like they hit me hard, like hard enough, like all the right side of my eye, the corner of my eye was hurting. I thought they had blacked my eye at first. I'm like, who the fuck hit me? Like, what I do? Who was you? And I'm looking around in my room because it was pitch black dark that night, besides the TV light being on, because, you know, we don't go to sleep without some type of light on. Anywho, I'm asking a question. I'm like, who hit me? Who hit me? Who hit me? And I couldn't figure out who hit me, so I stopped asking. Dang, y'all want a lot. I couldn't figure out who hit me, so I stopped asking. And then I was just laying there, and that's what prompted me to look at the clock. So I was like, damn, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. We in alignment? I'm in alignment to get my ass beat by a mirror? Who hit me with this mirror? I was mad. I was ready to fight. And I thought about my father as a little girl. He used to always tell me, because I used to be afraid of the dark when I was a little girl. And I was afraid of the dark because my mom was scaring me, but that's another story. But my daddy always told me as a little girl, don't fight in the dark because you can't see. Don't run in the dark because you can't see. And you'll kill yourself running from whatever you think is in the dark. And it's going to get you before you're going to get it. Okay? So I calmed myself, and I was like, I'm not going to wear myself with this. At first, I was just going to slide the mirror over on the other side of my bed, which was the left side of my bed, and just go back to sleep. And then I was like, no, because I don't want to knock it down in my sleep, and then it breaks. The mirror didn't break when it hit me, but it did donk my ass. Like they binked me with a mirror, and it donked. I heard it. So I woke up with a mirror on my face. And I was telling my children about it, and they were laughing. My daughter was like, she was like, Mom, if I had that experience, I would have woke up screaming. And then Jordan was like, so you just woke up looking at yourself like this, looking out the corner of my right eye. I was cracking up because it was funny. But what did I ended up doing to go ahead and go back to sleep? I put the mirror face down on the floor because I knew something or somebody was trying to get through. And I was like, I don't know who this is coming through aggressive as fuck like this, but we gonna just stop this energy so I can go to sleep because I gotta work. So I put the mirror face down on the floor on the left side of my bed of me. And I said, who the fuck hit me with that mirror? And I went back to sleep. So I wake up the next day, that morning, and I still like trying to figure it, because, when you ask questions, and if you don't know, now you do, when you ask questions before you go to sleep, specific questions, not a bunch of questions, ask one, maybe 2 questions at a time so your spirit can go find the answer. This is the way of the quote-unquote native indigenous Indians. You ask 1 to 2 questions before you go to sleep. That way your spirit, while you're sleeping, your spirit will go find the answer and bring it back to you in human life. So I woke up not having an answer. I'm still perplexed because I'm like, who the fuck hit me with this mirror? I'm still angry. I'm like ready to fight. So I'm thinking one of my kids was playing, they ain't doing nothing. Everybody sleep. I get up. I put the mirror under, because I have this light that is a word it says love, but it lights up. So I put the mirror under the light because I was gonna hang it back up over my bed, and someone was like, no, you ain't hanging shit back over that bed. Put that mirror over there. So I put it over there under my light, and then above my love light is a portrait that was a picture made, and it was purchased from me for my birthday. It's like a reference of me, like to see myself outside myself. Anywho, I put the mirror up. So I'm still perplexed. I started working my work from home business, and I'm still like, who the fuck hit me with this mirror? Because now I'm looking at this mirror where it's placed at in my room. And I started pulling cards. I was like, fuck that. I need to know who hit me with this mirror, because what you hit me with mirrors for, that's not how y'all talk to me. That's disrespectful. So I shuffled some cards. The reading was accurate as fuck. Like, so accurate. I was like, okay, so since that's this and that's that, I haven't had a reading like that with myself so accurate since I left Mississippi last year. And that one was from my ancestors. I pulled cards at my ancestors' grave, and they was loud and clear. So I'm asking questions and they answering me. I'm going through it, and then I was like, hold on, I gotta write this down because it was so much coming at one time. And let me tell y'all, so the message that stood out the most, okay, can't tell y'all all the reading because the reading wasn't for y'all, it was for me. But the message that stood out the most and I was told I must share is be open to receiving. Now listen to this closely. Be open to receiving inspired reflections, actions, and solutions. Now I say listen to this closely because receiving is your left hand. I asked the question and I put the mirror down on the floor face down on my left side, which is your receiving side. The other message is help yourself first. Now the funny part of this is last weekend, somebody literally, like someone very special to me, it was a masculine energy. I'll share that part. It was masculine energy that hit me with the mirror. And it was masculine energy that told me the week before this week to help myself first. So I'm like, okay, I do help myself first. No, you don't. Listen. So help yourself first. Because I was supposed to be out making money last weekend and I stopped, put myself to the side, put making money to the side to be of service and help somebody else. Now, you need to find the balance and harmony of self. Yes, you can help others without helping yourself, but there is a price to pay for putting you to the side. I'm paying for it this weekend because I could have been ahead like I had supposed to be in, but I'm not. So I'm paying for it this weekend. I'm on a time restriction. Okay. The ultimate message that truly made me pause and it took a bit of my breath away was this. And this is for the healers because I made a post on Facebook and I said, I got a message to share. And everybody was like, what is it? What is it? What is it? And I was like, I can't just say it. They want it delivered a specific way. And this is the specific way. If you want to save the world, you will create a world that needs saving. Now, at first read and glance, you think as a healer, yes, this is what I want. This is what I need. Truth be told, nah, it ain't. No, this ain't what you want, okay? That is not what you want. See, when you don't specify who and what you want to help and save or heal, baby, honey, love, let me tell you, everyone and everything, everywhere that comes to you and you to it will need healing and saving. Okay? What you gonna do? Sacrifice yourself while you save the world? That's not what a healer is, and that's not what a healer does. If you ever wonder why your relationships always require you to do most of the work to keep the relationship flourishing, it's because you created this world where everything and everybody and everywhere needs your healing, your saving, and it ain't gonna happen unless you do it. So when you wonder why, ain't nobody loving me, ain't nobody helping me, ain't nobody saving me, ain't nobody taking care of me, what about me? I need you to get in the mirror and I need you to ask yourself, what about you? You created this world, okay? So this is where the other parts of the message comes in, because there's more. So you can't change what you've already created. You can go and be an inspiration, a reflection of what it is to create solutions and change. Actions and change, actions and solutions. You can make it, fix yourself, show other people, be the reflection that other people need to see of how to love and take care of yourself. Healers, how to heal yourself. Okay? And you do that by reflecting. Go look in the mirror. Ask yourself, why not you? Why you? What about you? And then you need to inspire your own action with solutions. Now, the other part is, because that's the real give and take, the give and receive of life, human life. You got to know how to give and receive to yourself. And I just said this on my other podcast and blog, in order for others to learn how to give and receive to you, because how you treat yourself is a reflection of how people are going to treat you. And I know some of y'all like, I already know this, but here's the other part, right? Suffering is optional. And I know somebody gonna be like, no, it's not. These are the cards that we was dealt and da 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 da. Yes, yes. Sometimes people inflict bullshit on you. Sometimes people inflict pain on you. But the truth of the matter is, you staying in it is optional. You don't have to live the life that you created of needing and wanting to save and heal and help everybody. Because everybody ain't meant for you to help and save and heal. Okay? Some parts of you ain't meant to help, heal, and save on your damn self. Somebody else is supposed to come along and be the reflection, the inspiration, the action to the solution. They're supposed to help heal you. Okay? So, what you want to do is create the change, like I said. The other thing that you want to do is be quiet. Silence is golden. Be quiet to the things that are not going well in your life. Stop talking about it. Stop thinking about it. Stop feeling it. Stop focusing on it. Hell, stop remembering it. Start forgetting that shit on purpose. Because the less you pay attention to it, the less life you're giving it, the less energy you're giving it. And I know a lot of y'all like, I know. But the truth of the matter is a lot of people don't understand that talking is about your problems is gossiping. And gossiping brings about more shit. It gives it more energy. Now I know we need to talk about our problems, but all right, okay, how long you going to talk about the problem? When you going to cut it off? When you going to stop? Because either you got a solution and we going to do something about it, or we not. We can't just keep sitting here talking about it. So I have a question that I want you to think about and work through within yourself. Okay? How has the suffering that you have created, that you've experienced and may be experiencing now, motivated you to create a better and different life, to create that new change, something that actually works for the better of you and what your purpose is in this life? The real give and receive. The other thing I want you to do is research palm chakras. Hands, palms, palm chakras. And the reason why is because, one, I forgot that these existed, didn't know that they existed at one point in my life, and had to be reminded that they existed through this moment. And the reason why as healers is because the world we created is in our hands. It's in our minds. It's in our heart. Ultimately, it's in our spirit. The power is yours. What are you going to do with it? And I'm still learning how to do this too. So you best believe there's going to be a part 2. Because what about these palm chakras? I feel like, what's his name? Oh, shit. The Iron Man. That's his name. Because he got the bolts that shoot out. That's how I feel. Like, how we doing this? How are we giving and receiving? You got to... That's the real give and take of life, the real giving and receiving. I love you all. Thank you so much for listening in. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please hit the subscribe, the share button, and make sure you come back and touch base with me on Wisdom of the Week Wednesdays at Women of Life Podcast. It's your lovely host again, Mrs.Shantay. Y'all, please stay sincere to yourself, smile, and keep shining. That is my joy, my peace, my love, my unconditional self-love, my life, and a little bit of my eternal light.